Aaron Wilson, who's very credible and connected, says that the rumblings around the league is that the Niners and Deebo are on the verge of a massive extension. I believe it. Terry McLaurin yesterday got an extension with Washington, 3 years, 70-something million. It's got about, hold on, I can tell you exactly what it is. 3 years, 70 million, 28 million signing bonus, 34.6 million guaranteed at signing, 53.1 million guaranteed overall. And he didn't go to minicamp. Maybe Deebo should have held out as well. Do you think he's going to get something along the lines of this?
Along the lines, yeah. I consider like tier 1, tier 2. You know, it's kind of funny because how it's kind of come full circle for me and you, because one of our first streams together was when Deebo requested that trade, and that was a hell of a day, wasn't it? Yeah. But I see it as like a tier 1, tier 2. You got your Devontae Adams, your Tyreek Hill, your Stephon Diggs. Then you have the tier 2s with A.J. Brown, Terry McLaurin. And you notice how all their salaries, like, all are pretty much bunched together in terms of like a $5 to $7 million range, whether it's salary per year or guaranteed. So you have McLaurin's, like you said, was 53. I think A.J. Brown's like 56, teetering around there, give or take. I think pretty much, yeah, Deebo's going to be in that tier 2 category, but he's going to probably get a little bit more, probably like we're talking guarantees. I see him getting capped out as maybe even $60 million guarantee, which I would have no qualms with. You know, if you're the 49ers, essentially you got to let your best wide receiver, you know, all pro players, you want to extend them. The point of drafting these players is to keep them. And it's also at the same time investing in Trey Lance. So I think it's pretty much going to be in that range. It might be even a little bit more steep, especially now that Deebo might not be the same type of, you know, wide back role usage, but still it's worth the investment just because you got Lance there and you just got to give him that dollar. So in that sense, it's pretty much a good value, fair deal.
Okay. I got a couple takeaways here. First off, have the Niners really helped themselves by holding a hard line and saying, we wait, we don't do extensions until August? Okay. Well, Washington did an extension for Terry McLaurin. Philly did an extension for A.J. Brown. It seems by waiting, the price tag keeps going up. I don't understand what they're really waiting for on this one and why it seems like other teams aren't waiting. I think the wide receiver market's kind of moving differently, and the Niners probably should have acted sooner. Other thing I think is interesting about this is it's a 3-year extension, not a 4-year extension. If I were Deebo, I'd be thinking along the same lines. Like, I want to get back in the market sooner rather than later. And in 4 years, Deebo will be like 30. So I think if I were him, I'd rather hit the market when I'm in my 20s. Mm-hmm. I wonder if he looks for something like Terry McLaurin's 3-year, $70 million extension. I would.
Yeah, get a double dip so that way you increase your value. Because right now his value is not – if he continues along the path he's going now, whether he's getting handoffs or not, his value is going to be exponentially greater for sure off top, just the way the market dictates. And because by then he'll have more on his resume, right? He'll have more years. I think that's the knock some people I know I'm have against him of why you don't want to give him that Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill money around $70 million guarantees, because look, he hasn't been doing it for a long time. 2020 was a wash. I know he had a promising 2019 year, but it's pretty much was half of that to me. And then last year was the one where he just really exploded. And sure enough, it was a contract year. So pretty much you just want him to have more of that resume. You know, that's the reason why Adams and Hill and all of them are getting that money, is because, hey, these guys have been the top of the best of the best for like 5 to 8 years now. So of course it's kind of no brainer giving them that type of deal. So yeah, if you're Deebo, for sure you want to do that. And even if you're 49ers, you think of that right now, like that sounds pretty good right now, because we don't have to cash him out necessarily. And we get some more years to see if you're worth it, if we want to give you that next contract down the line.
Yeah, last thing, I'm looking at A.J. Brown's contract extension and McLaurin's. And what's interesting is A.J. Brown got 4 years, McLaurin got 3, but McLaurin actually got a bigger signing bonus. And their guaranteed money is quite similar. Brown got a little bit more. So it seems like if you take a 3-year deal, it's not like you get less money. Yeah. It's just you able to hit the market again if you – I mean, some players want longevity, but it seems you don't really actually have longevity. You don't have any actually – not longevity, security. You don't actually have security with these contracts unless they're 100% guaranteed. So I would take the shorter one. Anyway, I think we are getting some clarity on what Deebo's going to sign for. And when Aaron Wilson says they're on the verge of something huge, it's like, yeah, obviously. I don't even think they really have to talk about it very much.
It kind of makes it obvious. It's like, yeah, they're on the verge because there's only so many receivers left. And at that point, we're going to know what this floor and ceiling is concretely. And I think now we kind of already know what it is, to be honest.
Yeah, I really think the Niners should have handled this months ago. I don't see what they gained from waiting, but I guess we'll see when the final numbers come in.
This is the way they do business consistently.
It is. It's the way they do business. They're not flexible. And it's very important to not be flexible. All right. Anyway.